Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford, so grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use. Welcome to another episode of Just Minding My Business. I hope your day was full of blessings. Sometimes when we are going about our daily routine or involved in relationships that are not serving us, we can find ourselves in a negative situation of physical violence. Statistics show that between 2001 and 2012, an average of 11,766 women were murdered by a current or ex-male partner, which was more than the number of American troops killed in Afghanistan and Iraq during that same period. That number doesn't even include women murdered randomly or physically abused by someone they didn't even know. And I'm sure those numbers are much higher in today's world. Coming to the mic today, we have LeCarlo Beaty, who is an author, wellness, and self-defense coach, supporting people, and particularly women, to take charge of their personal safety. LeCarlo has always been into fitness and sports beginning at a young age. For more than a decade, LeCarlo has been trained in mixed martial arts with the focus on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. LeCarlo began teaching private and semi-private classes over 4 years ago because he realized that many people, particularly women, didn't take the time to learn to protect and defend themselves. In 2014, he began offering women's self-defense classes as a trainer with Divas in Defense to help educate and empower women through personal safety and self-defense training to defend themselves in dangerous situations. Well, welcome to the show, LeCarlo. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to stop by and share this important information with our listeners.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. What are some of the reasons self-defense for women is crucial in today's world, other than the obvious benefits? Because we all know we need to protect ourselves, but there's probably some type of mindset that occurs when you feel like you can protect yourself.
Oh, well, really the most important thing is that violence can happen to anybody at any time. So you really just need to be prepared and ready for anything. But when it comes to women, you know that they're more victimized than men. So it's a greater chance of something happening to them. If you look at the statistics out there, it's a greater chance of, some type of violent act happening to a woman versus a man.
Okay. And why do you think that's so?
Well, for victims, it's kind of the attacker or the predator. They're looking for an easy target. And if you think about women, a lot of people feel as though women are the weaker and more vulnerable, so they're going to be targeted a lot more for crimes and as well as particular crimes dealing with like sexual assault and things like that.
Okay. Was there any other motivation for you being a trainer with Divas in Defense, other than the fact that you believe that women needed this information and this training? And what I mean is, did something happen that just pushed you towards that?
Well, nothing really happened to me. I've had like family members and people that I've known that have been in certain type of situations, and then you think about like the outcome of them and, what could have been different. And just kind of paying attention to being aware of what's going on, you just realize that some people do not look at self-defense as a necessity or a need. And, I'm married, I have a daughter as well, and I just feel like if you make it part of your life, then you'll always be ready for something. Kind of like health with people who kind of just work out all the time. They're pretty good health. They're able to do things later in life and all of that, maybe not have as many health issues. And with self-defense, you don't have to be a world-class black belt or something, but if you're, some basics and you practice them on a regular basis, then you'll be able to have enough confidence to be able to handle yourself in dangerous situations if they come around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of times, I know I don't, I think, when you walk out the door, you don't go out thinking that something's going to happen. You go out with a positive attitude thinking that you're going to have a great day and nothing really drastic is going to happen to you. And sometimes that's not the case. And the news, every day we see on the news some of the most, awful things I've ever seen in my lifetime so far happening to people. And it doesn't seem to be letting up. So I do believe that what you're doing is very, very critical, and that women in particular should take it very, very seriously. So I see that you have a book. So can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Well, the title of my book is Life Insurance, Basic Guide for Women's Personal Safety and Self-Defense. And what I did was I just put a little information in there from classes that I've been teaching that kind of are common questions and things like that. And I wanted to kind of put something together, consolidate all the information just to give tips and some information just on how to be safe, kind of how to, carry yourself to be a bad target, teaching awareness and that kind of thing. When it comes to self-defense, a lot of it can be avoided just by being aware of your environment. You don't necessarily have to learn physical techniques, although that's good. But if you take the necessary precautions beforehand, it may never have to go to that situation of actually having to have a physical confrontation with someone.
Mm-hmm. And I know one of the things early on in my life that I learned is when you go somewhere to a public place, always pay attention to where the exits are. And I never forgot that.
Yep, that's a good one.
Okay,
go ahead.
No, go ahead and share some more that some of the things that we should be aware of.
Yeah, so I mean, looking for exits is awesome because then, if something happens, then you already have in your mind which way you're going to go or what you can do. For me, along the lines of looking for exits, I always try to sit facing the exit or entrance so I can see who's coming in. I don't know what other people are thinking, but I can't expect them to act the same way I would if I see someone come in that's about to do something, So I want to be able to, I want to see them first, So I always sit facing the door. You have things like walking down the street, stay on one side. If you feel like someone's following you, across the street, maybe they're across the street. It could be a coincidence, but if you cross the street again and they cross the street again, then okay, this person's like they're following me now. If you maybe you're driving, a lot of people like to roll all their windows down and pull up behind another car. But what I like to do is any window that's not occupied by a person, I only roll it down, 4 or 5 inches. That way nobody can stick their hand in the car, or grab your purse or something's on the seat. They can't just reach in and grab it and run. They have to do a little bit more. So it's just a lot of little things that can help prevent something from happening to you. But it just takes a lot of awareness. And what I like to tell participants in my workshops are, think about what you do every day and then kind of look at it and say, okay, if I was going to attack me in some type of way, where would I do it and why? And then, you fix those things.
Mhm. Yeah. So, one of the things that I practice is, a lot of times I do a lot of driving and solo traveling by myself, and I do a lot of long distance traveling. And one of the things that I decided not to do was, if it's at night, if I don't make stops along the way. I just normally, if I'm somewhere and it gets dark, and once I'm done with that, I just come directly home. I don't make stops. I don't stop and get gas. I don't stop to the grocery store. None of that. I just come straight home.
Oh, that's good. I mean, one of the things I like to do is I never like to go under a quarter tank of gas. That way you're pretty comfortable and know you can get to somewhere. If you do have to go to like an ATM or something, go to the grocery store and go inside where people are instead of pulling up to the bank somewhere. But yeah, just like you said, just doing those kind of things right there can help you avoid being a victim of a crime or violence.
And then I guess the oldest one that I've learned is when you get in your car. Well, now the cars aren't dark, so as soon as you open the door, the lights come on in the car. But back in the day, they was dark. They didn't have that. And one of the things was to always check the back seat. That I've learned along the way to make sure nobody was hiding in the back seat or whatever.
Yep.
Now there's a lot of carjacking going on these days. What kind of tips can you share with us regarding protecting yourself in those type of situations?
Well, it's really, I'm not going to say simple, but just pay attention to your surroundings. A lot of people get tunnel vision or, distracted really easy. Everybody has a cell phone nowadays. And, I pull up to the gas station and people are just on Facebook while they're pumping gas. They'll never see somebody walking up on them, A lot of times what I do is I'll put the nozzle in the tank and I'll stand on the other side of the car and just look around, just trying to find, if someone's coming closer to me or something, right? You pull up to a parking lot, just put your head on a swivel and see if there's anybody kind of walking through cars or things like that. So I don't want to say that it's simple, but just the simple act of paying attention is something that can really save a lot of people, emotional stress as you have it from some type of attack or crime happening to them. Most people say stuff like, the person came out of nowhere, I didn't see him, I didn't notice him, but it's really just paying attention. And you have to kind of, some things may add a little bit on to your time, but it may be worth it. Kind of like taking shortcuts. Do I want to take the shortcut to get home faster, or do I just want to take the longer way just to make sure I get home?
I know that's right for sure, because it's very scary today in this world. I never would have thought that kids would be getting shot in school. I never would have thought that would be happening in our world today. I mean, when I was a kid, the biggest thing we did was put a tech in a teacher's chair, and then we had to pay the consequences for that. But now it's like so much going on. It's very, very scary, and I'm to that place. If I don't have to go out, I don't. If I have to go out, I have to go out. But if I don't have to, I just, am comfortable at home.
I understand that. Yeah, I mean, the school situation is crazy nowadays.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, really? I mean, these kids, and then way back when, I used to do typing services, and I would go to the school, and they would have police out in front of the school, all the doors locked with chains. And my first thought was, what if there's a fire? How are they going to get these students out of here? So it's just a sad set of situations right now. But anyway, how can people get in touch with you? How can people, partake in your services?
Oh, so I am on the internet. My website is www.LeCarloBeaty.com, and that's LeCarloBeaty.com. And my email is info@LeCarloBeaty.com. And on the Instagram, it's LeCarlo_Beaty. My stuff will come up. And I'm also a trainer with Divas in Defense. So if you look up any of those, you'll find my contact information. I'm in the Baltimore area, but I travel from as far as Philly, the Virginia, Richmond area, Tidewater, Virginia Beach. So if someone wants to reach out and get a class going, I'm willing to travel pretty much anywhere.
Okay. So if somebody was to, say, give a class, what can they expect? How do you get people started with this?
So what I do is, I can do a class any kind of way, really, but what's been kind of the popular thing is a 2-hour workshop. It's not too long, not too short, but it's interactive. I bring pads, and you get a chance to kick and punch. We do escapes and releases, so you can learn how to get out of a wrist grab. So if somebody grabs your arm or if somebody tries to grab you, I show you how to get out of that. And I also work with ground defense and ground fighting, so that can be an additional add-on or depending on time or, I've had people who've only requested ground fighting. So, it can kind of be created around what the needs are of the person who's setting up the class.
Okay, because I think I met you at the health fair at the Wyndham. You were there doing self-defense a couple years ago, and it was really definitely great. Just that little bit of time that we spent with you, it was definitely a great opportunity. So, do you have a regular place, or you just go by, terms of who wants to get services or who wants to hold a class, or do you have a regular venue that you hold classes in?
So right now I'm just doing workshops and setting them up as people are in need of them. I guess the unfortunate thing is the interest isn't there to where it would kind of be a great thing, which I would like to do is have an ongoing class, but because it's so, I guess, specialized, for lack of a better term, a lot of, turnout comes good for a little while, but then it kind of dies down. So I found that just doing the workshops are a lot better because I can expand it to a 2-3 hour class, and, everybody's busy now, and it's hard to kind of get people to show up on a regular schedule to certain things, Especially my main target area is like college and high school, like the high school seniors, college age, just because they're a little bit more prone to different types of like dating violence or domestic type violence. And that age range, they're just busy. They got school, they got work, they got graduation, they're starting work or school. So I find it a lot easier to kind of get them together for a few hours at a time than to, hey, every Tuesday or Wednesday we're going to do this. So I think it works out a lot better for everyone.
Yeah, so I think it probably should be a discipline in the school system, because to me it's very, very important, especially for women, to be able to protect themselves.
Yep.
So that might be something the school systems may need to look into.
Oh, I agree. I've worked with a few high schools, some colleges and all, just trying to get more involved with them. Everybody sees that it's a good idea and things, but I guess they don't see the bigger picture of making it available to everyone, So that's unfortunate. There are some schools that do it, though. I have come across schools that actually have implemented self-defense classes within them. So.
And it is a form of physical education.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
For sure.
Get your heart rate up.
For sure. So, LeCarlo, can you give us your information again?
Okay, so it is www.LeCarloBeaty.com, and my email is info@LeCarloBeaty.com, and my phone number is 443-402-6093.
Okay, and where can people pick up your book?
Oh, they can go to my website and pick it up, or it's also available on Amazon.
Okay, and what's that title again?
Life Insurance, Basic Guide for Women's Safety and Self-Defense.
I like that, life insurance.
Yeah, play on words. When people think about life insurance, they're thinking about death. Well, I'm trying to show people how to stay alive.
No, that's right, and that's a good thing to know these days. For sure. Well, anyway, LeCarlo, it was definitely a pleasure talking to you. I'm looking forward to more collaborations with you, and also being able to attend a workshop, or maybe even getting one together with the ladies in my organization, because I run a female organization, so we all need this.
Oh, yeah, just let me know. I'll be there.
I sure will. Well, thank you so much. And before we close, just give us your information one more time, just to make sure that people have it.
Okay. It's LeCarloBeaty.com, and info@LeCarloBeaty is my email, and my number is 443-402-6093.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I thank you for taking time out of your schedule to share this important information with my audience.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
This show is brought to you by the amazing women of a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASIN LLC, where we are never in competition, but always in collaboration. And our valuable sponsors, Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting, to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyact1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting, to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyact1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Ready to plan for your retirement? Contact Game Plan for Retirement. Call 410-902-0464 and schedule a free consultation. That's Game Plan for Retirement, 410-902-0464. Interested in becoming a sponsor for Just Minding My Business 24/7 radio? Or would you like to know what a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, a SIN LLC, is all about? Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. Voiceovers for A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, provided by Ruth Haskins, voiceover actor. To fulfill your professional voiceover needs or to receive her current professional demo, contact Ruth at 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford. We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.